to this year's. And the AVID, for example, can be part of middle school and high school principals reports rather than a separate report. Asset protection is something that we really need to look into, and we need to start to pay closer attention to our inventories and the worth of our equipment and so on. We also need to get rid of a lot of things that have no longer have value to us. So that's something that I want to work towards having a report for that. We also, digital citizenship was a little bit part of the Cyclone Connect last year that they evaluated. I didn't put it in this coming year's report because I think that it stays part of the Cyclone Connect and part of the technology curriculum. The other one that we didn't get to was the board self-evaluation. I do have a number of evaluation tools that we can look at, and certainly by next June, if that's something that you're interested in, we can certainly do that. So those are the things that we didn't get to last year. If you'll go to the new one, and this is just a draft, I'm not asking for approval tonight. I'm asking for a little bit of discussion of kinds of reports that you would like to see either added or things that are on here that maybe you would like to see taken off. So if you, the first one I added on August 25th, Facilities Committee report. We have a Facilities Committee meeting on August the 18th, next Monday night. We'll go through a process of evaluating the proposals. And so we will have a report ready for you on the 25th with regards to what the committee saw as the strongest proposals, and possibly a recommendation of 3 or 4 architect firms that the committee would like for the board to interview or to get a presentation from the firm. Okay, so that's different than last year. The second one, building professional development plans and PDC plan. That's required by policy. We don't have to do that September 8th, but we do need to do that. And then also you'll see that I added another Facilities Committee report. That may be the time that we have the presentations, either the 8th or the 22nd. We can wiggle that around, move it around a little bit. And then you'll see the 22nd, more facilities discussion and bond presentations. Sometime the 8th, the 22nd, or the 13th of October, depending on how we do with the Facilities Committee next Monday. Those things kind of need to take place in that range. So those are added, different from last year's. And those kind of take the place of communication and community involvement that I reported on last year. I feel like that this is the best way to involve the community and to get engagement. And then as we go down, I believe I have added Communities in Schools report and the OCR report, which you had this year, but wasn't part of the work plan. Principals reports, you can see beginning on April 13th, we had those reports, but they weren't on the agenda work plan. I tried to also add things on here that we had last year that were important reports. So with that, I would open it up to whatever questions you might have, any additions or corrections to either one of these, or to this one, reports that you might like to see.
Are there expectations there that we're not addressing? Does any board member?
Are we getting MAP reading results as well, or just math?
Did I not have reading on
Have
here?
math.
I do have math.
But I don't see reading, or is that going to be part of the principal's reports?
I need to add that. Thank you, Linda. Perhaps I will add that on February 9th. We can do both those reports together. It's always good to compare reading and math.
That's map night.
It's map night. That's right.
Could we add a fun report on December 8th?
Uh-huh.
The non-leaking roof report, should we add something
Very
fun like that? 'Cause
good.
everything should be, we should celebrate, because everything should be completed by then, right?
That's exactly right. That
Just
you-
as fun, just something fun to do.
I think that's wonderful. Just so you know, the south end of Lincoln was completed, and the north end should be completed by tomorrow. So we should be in. Hooray.
Yay.
But
That's
no more leaky roofs. Okay.
Dr. Strill, one of the things I'd like to see maybe at semester is a report from the high school on how their one-on-one initiative's going.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have that? Cyclone
March
Connect
9th.
on March
Yeah,
9th. Would you like that earlier?
Well, I think at the end, just at semester's end, I think would be
Okay,
a little more beneficial. 'Cause if there's something we need to tweak or,
Yeah.
okay. So if I move that up to maybe January,
6th.
okay,
I wouldn't mind just getting a quick snapshot a couple of weeks after the start of school to find out how rocky the start was.
Yeah, like strengths,
Okay.
weaknesses.
Yeah, it could be maybe even up to September, October, just to kind of get an idea of how
Okay.
it's working.
yeah.
How about a beginning, middle, and an end?
I think
Okay.
that's what we just asked for.
so how about
Roundabout sort of
In a
way.
roundabout way.
In a roundabout way.
November, let's do November 10th. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Would that be okay with you,
Is
Brian?
that Veterans Weekend?
Mm-hmm.
So the 10th will be Veterans Day then?
I don't know.
November 10th, you said?
November 11th was Veterans Day.
Is the technical, but it's always
The holiday would fall on a Monday.
on a Monday.
And I'm only cognizant of that because that's actually the Marine Corps birthday.
Oh, it does, tradition.
So, it's always right on the same day.
Yeah, Veterans Day is, I guess, technically 11/11 this year.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right, but the federal
So I bet that
holiday-
is a federal holiday, isn't it? I might need to move both of those. Okay, let's just move that one and I'll check and make sure. Adult learning, I'll move that up to October
13th.
13th, yeah.
Because that would give us,
Because are we gonna meet on the 20th?
Okay.
Or is that?
Any other additions?
When is Labor Day this year?
I think.
September 1st.
Yeah.
First? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Are we still gonna meet on the 24th?
It's early, too.
Any other recommendations for the
Everything
superintendent?
seems early, doesn't it?
Other than that, it looks pretty good.
Looks great.
Okay, if you think of other things, we can certainly talk about it next time. It'll be on the agenda for your approval. Thank you.
Item 5.02, board reports. Is there any board members that'd like to report on meetings they've attended, events they've been to?
Like to report, I have no report.
Yes, we have no bananas?
That's right.
None? Ain't nothing happened all summer. All right, let's move into 6.01. We had a budget hearing earlier this evening.
Mr.
Had-
President, I'd move to approve the budget as presented unless our leader, Dr. Stroh, has any more information to share.
Well, I will second that. Never mind, go ahead.
It's been moved and seconded by Dennis and Brian that we approve the budget as presented.
All right.
What's that?
It's a contest.
It is, it's a second contest.
I've been ratted out every time.
I'm sorry.
Second time.
We had a rancorous debate over the budget with the public here.
There was
but I think
picketing and rioting.
Less than there has been in
Yeah.
the St. Louis suburbs. But any further discussion, questions, any comments anybody'd like to make?
It's lovely.
We're lowering the taxes, and I think the team and Dr. Stroh's done a great job in putting it together, so we greatly appreciate the lowering of the taxes of 3.412 mils.
There are many in the state who want to see more money put into classrooms, less money put into whatever, overhead, so to speak. And I don't know if it was our intention, but we have done exactly that. And so I think that's to be applauded and should dovetail with the interests of the public. Well, we have a motion on the floor. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, same sign. 7-0, the budget for 2014-2015 has been approved. We do not need an executive session for negotiations. We had good discussion tonight, but didn't reach any agreements on anything. We do need an executive session for personnel. of about 20 minutes. I would like to invite the superintendent in. So if somebody would like to make that motion.
So moved?
Okay?
You gotta read it.
Want me to read it?
Gotta read it.
Oh, I
All
do?
right.
Go ahead. You just want
No,
to?
go ahead.
Go, David, go.
Okay.
Anybody's got it?
I move the board go into executive session for the purpose of discussing personal matters for non-elected personnel, and that the board return to the open meeting at 7:30.
30?
That would be 15 minutes.
That's only 15, you said 20.
Let's do 15. That's
All right,
fine.
15,
We
7:30
can go back if we need to.
o'clock in this room. The executive session is required to
I didn't
protect
know
the
I said
privacy of interest of an identifiable individual, and this would include Dr. Stroh.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. We go into executive session. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. We are in executive session.
I move that we go back into open session.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We return to open session.
Are you reading, Brian?
I can.
All those in favor, raise your right hand, or a hand, 7-0.
For 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that enough?
Maybe make it 15, but we can always come short.
Okay, I move that the board go into executive session with the person discussing personal matters for non-elected personnel. The board return to the open meeting at 7:45 o'clock in this room. Executive session is required to protect the privacy interests of an identifiable individual, and we will have Dr. Stroh in with us.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We return to executive session, 15 minutes. All those in favor walk to the meeting room.
Sweet deal.
Go back into open session.
It's been moved and seconded by Dennis and Susan. We return to open session.
I'm going to read it this time.
All those in favor, raise a hand. Opposed, same sign.
Got it open, I'll read it.
I move we go, the board go into executive session for the purpose of discussing personnel matters for non-elected personnel, and that the board return to open meeting at 8 o'clock in this room. The executive session is required to protect the privacy of interests of identifiable individuals, and that would include Dr. Stroh.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We return to executive session. All those in favor, raise your hand. Opposed, same sign. We'll be back at
Then I move that we go back into open session.
Second. Third.
Finally got one.
Dennis is 3 for 3.
We're rolling, buddy. We're on track to get out of here at 8, Mr. President, and
Yes.
keep Dr. Stroh on a good time frame. But
Dennis moved.
Hey, just
oh,
so you
you're
know,
now
it
your
is,
superintendent too.
Somebody takes my seat.
Dennis, it is 8 o'clock. We're
Dennis
beyond
moved,
that.
and Brian seconded that we return to open session. All those in favor, raise your hand.
Brian did not second. I did.
David seconded.
Mine,
Give him credit
Is
somewhere.
an excellent second, too. All right, we are back
You just want to see
in
your name in the minutes, don't you?
Just once.
session.
Okay.
Your name's in every
Okay,
minute.
personnel, 9.01, approve hiring Dr. Brian Kraus as Assistant Superintendent. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded to hire Brian Kraus as Assistant Superintendent. All those in favor, raise a hand. All those opposed, same sign. 6-1. Brian, welcome back. Hope you had a nice summer. 9.02, Personnel Report. You had the report, and again, I want to point out that we are hiring somebody who's named Lebo. I just think
I
that's cool.
noticed that. Mm-hmm.
They are actually from the family, and that's how the original spelling is. It's just the Santa Fe didn't know how to spell Lebo, so they left out the A. But it's just a little history lesson for you there.
Well, wasn't that French to begin with,
Lebo, I don't know.
or was it Welsh?
It was a Welsh community primarily, but anyway.
Well, Mr. President, I'd move to approve that personnel
Second.
report, hiring somebody from LeBeau.
No,
It was named Lebo, along with the others.
well, I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded, moved by Dennis, seconded by David.
Nope, nope.
Yeah, I know that, I just, by Brian. All those in favor, raise a hand.
Too much chocolate.
Opposed, same sign. Announcements. Dr. Stroh?
Tomorrow's big day, opening day, 7:30 breakfast,
Have
8
speech ready?
o'clock speech.
I do not have a speech ready, I have some discussion points.
Okay, I'm
When
not
he doesn't
giving,
have a speech, doctor, that could last hours. Points are long and lengthy.
He discusses a lot.
Mr. Gallagher, if you see me walking towards you, just thank the audience nicely.
Hey, and that's another thing, well, I'll talk to you.
It's the day before and he doesn't have a speech. Oh, you have 5 minutes to give your speech.
5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. And then Wednesday night is back-to-school night at our elementary schools, and we have the new teacher luncheon on Wednesday at 11:45 at Garfield. And Facilities Committee next Monday, the 18th, from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
And then we're on next Saturday, right?
Saturday,
Saturday.
good point.
Starting
This
at
Saturday, the
10?
16th, from 10 o'clock until 12:30 is board retreat in the large conference room.
Joint city-county is,
10,
A week from Wednesday.
10 to noon.
so
that's
that
only
would
2
be
hours.
the
That's not-
20th.
20th.
That's a long meeting.
19th or 20th.
That's the best kind of retreat.
It's
No,
the,
the
it's
best
the
kind of
20th.
retreat is when you go
Is that the
somewhere.
county this time?
Well, that's true.
It must be. Didn't we rotate? I don't know.
Okay, are there any other announcements? If not, I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor raise a hand. Opposed, same sign, 7-0. Thank you for attending.